my name is Dana Sandoval, and I'm going to be playing Tracy from the play Seascape with Sharks and Dancer. When you were little, did your parents always keep giving you these animals and things? Like they thought you looked like you had to have something to grab onto all the time, or you'd fall over or blow away or something? Well, don't look at me like that. Listen, if you don't want to hear this, I can just leave. If you think this is stupid or something. I mean, you asked me a question and now I'm going to answer it, whether you like it or not. So my parents kept giving me these animals. See, not just like cats and dogs, but also a pregnant raccoon and 2 ducks named Mickey and a deflowered skunk and a chicken named Arnold and all kinds of things like that. They were really dumb. Not the animals, my parents. Well, you know how dumb they are. And the house we lived in was too close to the road. And you know what happens when you live too close to the road? Is that all of your animals get squashed and splattered always on the road, and your brother's having to go out and scrape them off and take them someplace to bury. And sometimes, if they're all squashed but not quite dead, your brother has to hit them with a shovel until they stop screaming or quacking or squawking or whining or meowing, as the case may be. And giving it names makes it worse. And when they got squashed, it wasn't just a cat or a duck. It was someone that had a name, that you lived with and slept with and talked at and listened to and fussed over and took care of and accepted you. And then it was left squashed all over the road. After the last one, Squashed, which was a small bow-legged Persian kitten named Clarence, aged 6 months, who was sort of dumb and loved me a lot and never wanted any more than just to be alive and play with some piece of string or something. After that last one, I made my stupid parents promise me that they would never get me another thing that was alive, because I had figured out what was true and still is true of the millions and millions and millions of the innocent betrayed and squashed up dead. And nobody's parents and nobody's God could ever be able to explain all that to me and make it all right. And if you don't want to go crazy, if you had the misfortune of being a compulsive namer and lover, was if you never hooked yourself up with splatterable things, then it would never be your fault for having them and needing them. Because if you don't give, you can't hurt. And you don't get guilty because you can't betray. That you never gave to begin with. Doesn't that make sense to you? It does make sense. It does. Thanks.